What's up, guys? It's me again. I haven't posted in a while because I've been a little busy doing some other things. So today I'm gonna do a story time for you guys on my love story. So I want you guys to comment down below if you like my new intro. Let me just move this camera over a little bit. I know you guys see my bump, so you're like, what is going on with her? Look, Mother Nature does her thing. When you're a woman and you get older, things happen to your body. So anyway, my love story. Now, he says that he met me way before I thought we met. So he said that we met when I used to work at, what did I used to work at? As a student custodian in a middle school. And he said that he was walking to football practice and he said, give me a hug. And I remember giving some random person a hug, but I don't know who it was. So I can't put his face to it because it just didn't make sense. It didn't, I don't know. But I remember him because I remember how we met was in school. And I don't know how he came up to me. No. I don't know. He came up to me, he asked me for my phone number. And I said, okay. So I was going to give him a fake phone number because that's what I do. I give fake phone numbers. And I was about to give him a fake phone number. He said, no, you give me, no, what did he say? Yeah, you give me your phone and I'm going to put my phone number in your phone and then you can call me. So I waited a few days and then I called him or whatever. And mind you, I had a boyfriend at the time. So I called him and, I was telling him about how my boyfriend always used to rush me off the phone after a certain time. I didn't know why though, but I figured it out after a while. So me and him, we used to talk on the phone and stuff every night. And I'm sorry guys, I'm looking at these kids outside. So we used to talk on the phone every night. And we became best friends basically. Well, I call him my diary. We called each other diary because we told each other everything that went on in our lives. So he was my diary for a minute. And he was my diary for like a year or so. And then I stopped talking to him. It was the year 2011, the year that I graduated. So he hit me up around my prom time. He said, let me know when you about to leave because I'm going to come see you. And I was just basically like ignoring him. So we stopped talking. And then come August, I'm at work. And I just started working at McDonald's. So he came in after he had football practice. And he's like, oh, hey, diary, and I'm basically like, because me and my boyfriend just broke up. So I really wasn't feeling him at the time. I wasn't feeling anybody at the time. So he was like, oh, hey, diary. So I gave him a hug. And he was like, oh, don't give me a hug because I'm sweaty and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't care. Because at this point, I just really needed like a hug or something like that because I was really upset. So we were talking. This was August 17th, 2011. So we were talking on the phone and he was like, well, I told him, me and him broke up and whatever. And he was like, well, me and you should just get together or whatever. And I'm like, no, I really don't want to do that because I don't look at you like that. And he was like, well, let's just try and see. So we started dating August 17th, 2011. It was late at night. And we started dating that night. And the next morning I woke up because I'm like, I just got off of work that night. And That morning I woke up and I texted him. I said, "Are we really together?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Oh." So by that time, I'm really not trying to be his girlfriend or whatever. I'm not really feeling him. I'm not really, trying to be in a relationship right now. So I'm basically like ignoring him and stuff like that. And I told him, I said, "Well, look, I'm going to Arizona." I went to Arizona, I want to say like the next week. I went to Arizona. And he was blowing my phone up, calling me, texting me, texting me. And I was not responding to him at all. And it's because I really didn't want to be in the relationship. So when I come back, he visited me in my job. And he said, "I could have cheated on you." And I'm like, "Why didn't you?" Like, I really don't care. So he was like, "Alright." So, we were already close. So, yeah, I just didn't look at him like a boyfriend. I looked at him like a friend. So, we were together or whatever. We started, like, going out on dates and stuff and having fun and whatever. I became to, like him like that. So, come 2012, well, he was still in school. And I graduated. I was in college. So, we went through the school year, his school year, and, after school, I would walk to his school and we would meet up and, we'll go out to eat and stuff like that, or, just go sit in the park or something like that. And then, once 2012 came, he was graduating. He was about to graduate. He graduated in 2012. But sometime in, I want to say that, no. When was it? I don't know. Sometime around May, I want to say. Around May. I got pregnant with my first child. And me and him are already together for like a year, 2 years. A year. So I'm pregnant with my first child. And once he graduated from high school, he moved to Virginia. So, I was kind of upset because I'm pregnant and he's in Virginia and I'm in New Jersey. So I'm upset or whatever. And he's just like, "Look, we're going to figure something out." So, I did my whole pregnancy in New Jersey. I had my son in New Jersey, and 2 weeks passed. Well, he came the night I had my son. But they didn't let him see him, so he seen him the next morning. So when I went home, when I was discharged from the hospital, we went to my grandma's house because that's where I was living. Where I was living with my grandma, and he was like, "Look, I got us an apartment and stuff like that," and so we waited until the baby was 2 weeks old, and then me and the baby moved and to Virginia. My mom took us to Virginia. She actually got in the car and drove us way to Virginia within a day. Like, she just kept going. So I finally get here, and this is our first apartment, so it's really new. We never spend the night with each other or anything like that. So it was kind of, weird, I would say, because I never slept, stayed the night at anybody's house and stuff like that, except for family. So my mom always used to tell me, you're a wild sleeper and stuff like that. So I would never, I felt like, oh, that's a little better. I felt like he was gonna judge me on how I slept and stuff, but he didn't. But we got into that place in March, I want to say. March, yeah. And we stayed there until about July, August. Because we got into a car accident and whatever. That's another story time for something else. For another day. So yeah, in July I found out that I was pregnant with my second child. and they said I was like 2-3 months pregnant. And when I was pregnant with my daughter, he was always working and stuff, so he didn't really get to go to any of my doctor's appointments and stuff like that. Like, he probably went to 1 or 2, but after that he didn't go to any. But me and him, we used to fight and argue and fight, but we always had this agreement that no matter what happens, we were gonna try to work anything out, because we didn't want our kids growing up in separate households with, go to mommy's house one weekend and go to daddy's house the next weekend. We didn't want our kids to go through that. So, we work on stuff. We're still working on stuff as today, but this is not, our relationship is not, like Cinderella story and stuff like that. Like, we actually work hard for our relationship. We actually work to make sure that that we're not happy, but we're content with one another. And we raise our kids together. We we do what we're supposed to do for our children. So, but that's just a little story about how we met and stuff like that. You guys don't need to know. Well, I don't know. It's a lot. Me and him, we've been together for 6 years. Been in Virginia for going on 5 years. When my son turns 5 in February, the 2 weeks after he turns 5, I will be in Virginia for 5 years. Me and my son. My daughter was born in Virginia. But yeah, like, he would, like, before we even had kids, we talked about, like, if we ever have kids together, we're going to make sure that our kids are in a stable home. They're not going to be, one house one weekend, then the next house the next weekend. We're always going to be together. And that's how we've been. We've never broken up, never been separated or anything like that. We've always been together. The longest time we've been separated is when I was pregnant with my son in New Jersey, and that was for 9 months. So that was pretty long, but we did it. But yeah, like, we try to support one another. Like, when he was playing football and stuff in New Jersey, like, he'll always say, like, nobody ever comes to my games and stuff. So I went to one of his games one time because I was working. So he would tell me, like, oh, I'm having a game this day, and I'd be like, okay, I'll try to make it if my work schedule. So I went to one game, and he didn't even play. And I'm like, really? Like, I came here and sat here, and you didn't even play? But I wasn't upset. But I was upset, but I wasn't upset because I knew that he was like, okay, somebody came to support me. But I was upset because I never got to see him play football, not ever. Like, within the 6 years we've been together, I've never seen him play football, like, in action. I've seen him throw the football and stuff, but actually play, like, playing to make a touchdown, tackling, all of that, I've never seen it in my life. And I always tell him that, and he's like, I wish you would have, but I never got to. But we're still building, we're still trying, to make our lives more comfortable for our kids. We had kids kind of early, so we had to grow up fast. We didn't plan our kids, but they did happen. And when you have intercourse, it does happen. You do have kids when you have intercourse. There's no, oh, it was a mistake. No, there's no such thing. But we just try to build one another, and people are always like, well, you guys have the best relationship, but we don't broadcast the bad things that happen in our relationship because it's none of everybody's business. It's mine and his business. So once we tackle whatever it is, then, we move on from there, because there's things that he's done to me and there's things that I've done to him. But nothing ever broke us apart. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, moral of the story is, if you're in a relationship and you want that relationship to work, you have to put in the work. Relationships are not easy. There's always something that's going to have to be worked on, as in showing love, commitment, communication. If you're living together, you have to learn who's gonna do what. If you like last night, I told him, I said, look, I understand, you work every day, but when you come in the house and you see something that needs to be done, you need to just go ahead and do it. Don't wait for me to do it, because I take care of the kids all day. I clean the house. I do as much as I can. I can't do everything. I'm not Wonder Woman. And he was like, I understand, whatever you need me to do, I will do it. And that's how it should be, like when you're in a relationship, it's always 50-50. It's not 90-30. Well, 90-10. It's always 50-50. Always. And if you can't give that 50% to your partner, then you two should not be together. And that's just it. Like, there's nothing else to it. You should not be together, because you have to put in the work. You have to. Even if, you got a friend or whatever, and they're like, oh, such and such is not worth it, but you feel deep inside your heart that they are worth it, then you're going to put in that work, and you're going to make sure that your relationship is going to work. And that's with any relationship. It doesn't matter if you're 12 years old or if you're 91 years old. Like, if you want a relationship to work, you're going to put in the work. Like, you're going to give your all to that person. You're going to communicate with that person. You're going to tell them what makes you unhappy and what makes you happy in your relationship. So I've had maybe 2 boyfriends before him, and neither one of them were honest with me. Like, one, he was like, oh, don't tell anybody we're in a relationship. Whatever. When anybody tells you that, that means that they're either ashamed of you or they don't want to be with you. The second one, he was always dipping and dodging on me. I find out that he was cheating on me, and I really didn't care. I've never kissed that guy, or neither one of them, for real. No, thank you. So yeah, guys, I just got a phone call or whatever, but I declined it. But yeah, so if anybody is in a relationship and they tell you, don't tell anybody that me and you are in a relationship, that means they're either embarrassed of you or they don't want to be with you. And if somebody is like dipping and dodging off of you and you're supposed to be in a relationship, just examine your relationship. Don't jump to conclusions, but examine your relationship first and see what do you feel is not right, and then speak on it. And if nothing changes, that means you don't need to be in that relationship anymore. But yeah, that's all for this video. Make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up, a big fat thumbs up, smash that like button. Make sure you comment down below, share it to your auntie, grandma, uncle, grandma, cousins, baby daddy, your sisters, brothers, mothers, aunties, goldfish, whoever. Just share this video 1,001 times if you can. Make sure you comment down below. Tell me what other videos that you would like me to do. Also tell me what would you like to see more of. If you want more pranks or reaction videos. I haven't done any reaction videos yet. I've been following CJ So Cool's whole thing with his daughter Kamari. If you don't watch CJ So Cool, make sure you go check him out. But I've been following that, and I've been wanting to do a reaction on it, but it really irritates me, and I really don't want to say anything about it because it's not my place and it's not my relationship. But I do feel like when you're in a relationship, your relationship should not be broadcasted on social media. No Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Don't say, hey, we're going to this place for dinner and or this is my, when you're first in a relationship, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna post one another. You're gonna take all those kissy face pictures and collages and stuff, which is all good. But that's when people start to get jealous and they wanna break your relationship. So in order to have a strong relationship, you have to know how to keep certain things within yourselves, if you understand what I'm saying. So like I said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and make sure you give this video a big fat thumbs up. Make sure you share, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. See you guys soon.